Hi, everyone. I thought I would do something a little different today, and it's something that struck me this morning. Um, I thought we could have lunch together. I know that growing up, when I started at a new high school, my freshman year, the first maybe a few weeks, maybe months, I can't really remember, but I ate lunch by myself because I didn't know anybody yet. And that was really hard for me. Now, and then when I went to work at certain places, you get a lunch break, sometimes with the other workers, but most of the time not because like at the bank, we were all tellers, so you couldn't all take a break at the same time for lunch. You had to stagger your breaks. And so sometimes I ate with, one person I knew from the teller line. Sometimes I ate alone. Sometimes, um, there were other people from the bank in the lobby, but since I didn't know them, I didn't always eat with them. And I just thought it would be nice to have lunch with someone, even if it's digitally. And I actually brought a few questions I wanted to ask while we have lunch so that it's kind of like getting to know somebody. And I don't think often enough people ask the deeper questions. It's a lot of like surface level talk. And for me, surface level can be, I don't want to say aggravating, but there's only so many questions people can ask me and I can ask them where I'm like, okay, so is that it? Is that all you want to know about me? And so I brought some questions and I figured what we would do is uh, I'll ask the question and we'll get 2 minutes to answer them. I'll answer them as well. And then while I'm answering, I'll answer the question for you and you can eat like while I'm answering what I wrote. So I'm gonna take a bite because this looks delicious. I made eggs with toast and avocado, and I sprinkled a little bit of Parmesan on top. So I'm excited. Sorry if that was really scratchy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So good. All right. So, first question, and then I'm gonna put a little timer. And then that way, hopefully, this isn't more than like 30 minutes because I feel like you get about a 30-minute lunch break. So, I'm going to start. Here's the question. What has been the best part of your day so far? There we go. I'm going to start a timer. One minute left. And these questions aren't meant to be like philosophical, just, whatever comes to mind first. It can be a one-word answer, it could be a whole paragraph, whatever works. 30 seconds. All right. Boom. 2 minutes. Um, so I'll share what I wrote. Today, the best part of my day so far was that I got to talk to my good friend Danielle for I think like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Our conversations always go way longer than we plan them. So we actually had to start planning them and kind of scheduling them because we know that they're going to be long. But anyway, it's been the best part of my day because we just catch up on each other's lives. We've been helping each other through a lot of changes in both of our lives. She shows me things that I don't always see from an outsider's perspective. Like I shared with her today that I'm not really quite sure what I'm doing, where I'm going, what I'm supposed to be doing, because since I'm not working traditionally for a company or for anyone else right now, um, my days don't look or feel as productive as they did when I was working a 9 to 5 or when I was working in yachting or when I was serving tables or even working with a travel company. I like kind of had like set hours and had to be, busy all day long. And now I'm not because I'm creating my own hours. I'm creating my own work hours. I'm creating space for things to happen. And so she really helped me kind of see it from her perspective, which was really nice. So that has been the best part of my day so far. Okay, next. If you could change one thing about your morning, what would it be? All right, I'm going to set the timer. Anything that comes to mind. Some people wish they had more time for coffee, just enjoying coffee or alone time. I know some people have kids and animals, and so I feel like sometimes your morning's rushed. So, what is one thing you could do in the morning that could give you more time? Or what's the one thing in the morning you wish you would have done that you didn't do this morning? 10 seconds. Boop. All right. So, I'm going to let you know what I wrote. If you could change one thing about your morning, what would it be? I said, I wish I could wake up earlier and go to the gym. My friend woke up and did the gym at like 6:15 this morning, and I love that for her. I want to go to the gym. I want to create a nice routine. However, I do love slow mornings. I've realized that about myself. I like to wake up, I like to journal, have coffee, and then go work out. And this morning I was gonna go with her. I really wanted to go with her at 6:15, but I figured um I didn't wake up naturally at that time or before that time. So I let myself sleep and I know that I'll walk this afternoon and I do want to start incorporating some sort of like weight workout. So something Pilates, yoga, just something to work on muscles as well as walking. So I wish I would have gone to the gym with her. However, I did want to take some time for myself. So anyway, question 3, what would the perfect morning look like to you? Like if you could just magically make your perfect morning, what would it look like? All right, 2 minutes. 50 seconds. And you can make it as detailed as you want, like everything. Put all the details in there, smells, flavors, um, sleeping, walking, whatever. Perfect morning. Ten seconds. All right. Hands down. Eat your food. I'll share. What would the perfect morning look like to you? I would like to wake up whenever I wake up. So if I naturally wake up at 5 a.m., awesome. If I naturally wake up at 9 a.m., there's that too. So I just want to wake up when I wake up. I would love to meditate right after I wake up with like nice candles and crystals and like something beautiful. People call it an altar. I don't necessarily need an altar, but especially because I travel so much. But I like to have sometimes like shells from places I've been. Um, but yeah, nice crystals, a picture, a painting, drawing, whatever, like that of a beautiful place. I love having stuff like that in front of me. So yeah, meditate and then journal and coffee. I love to have my journal out, write a bunch of notes, and then have coffee while I'm doing that. And then I would love to directly after that do some sort of workout, whether at a gym or at home. I would love to work out and take a walk or a bike ride. I feel like that would be a lovely morning. And then I also mentioned a walk, but like outside, like along the beach or in the mountains, like somewhere just peaceful and even sometimes neighborhoods. Like when I was just in Florida last in December, a couple months ago, I would just walk the neighborhoods and it was super peaceful and lovely. I love just checking out other people's houses and lawns and decorations and all that stuff. So, anyway, I feel like taking a walk or a bike ride outside is really good. And obviously, breakfast somewhere in there, probably like workout breakfast. And then I would love to like be getting ready for a scuba dive or something on the water. Boat ride, snorkel, paddleboard. I think that would be an excellent morning. So even if we're not snorkeling or paddleboarding or diving or whatever, like we're getting ready for it. So yeah, that's me. Okay, question number 4. Who's someone you miss that you'd love to reach out to today? Let's start the timer. 1 minute. You can literally just write a name. Sometimes I just like to write like who they are and how I know them and it sounds weird, but I love it in my journal because I feel like I'm going to look at these journals when I'm like 80 years old. And if I just write a name, I'll be like, who was, I feel like it's going to drive me crazy because I might not remember who that person was. So anytime I write about someone in my journal, I like to do like where I met them, how I know them, like who they are in my life so that if I forgot, like at an old age, excuse me, and I'm looking at these journals, I'm like, oh yeah, that's so and so. Especially for questions like this, when it's someone like maybe you haven't reached out to in a long time. Like maybe it's someone you get a hold of like 2 or 3 times a year. Timer. So I like to again write who they are so that when I'm older, I can remember who they are. Okay, so I wrote my friend Jeffra. I've known him since I lived in Jackson. We worked together at the Four Seasons, and he now lives in Long Island. So we talk, gosh, if I'm lucky, probably twice a year. I know that sounds terrible, but he called me on my birthday and he's like, we probably don't have time now to catch up because with him, it's the same as like talking to Danielle. I feel like it takes us hours to catch up. It would probably take less time to catch up if we talked more often, but I think with me moving around so much and always being this place, that place, and another, we don't talk as often. So I really miss him and I want to reach out to him today or tomorrow. So yeah. Okay. Last question. What's one thing you're grateful for today? I'm gonna start the timer. A lot of people have been starting to do like gratitude journals because I think it's super important to, especially when days are heavy. I mentioned this in a video a couple days ago. Um, my mornings are heavy. When I wake up in the morning, like It's weird. It's almost like every negative thought I could possibly have happens in the morning. And so changing that, so as soon as I notice it, I stop it and I try to name one thing I'm grateful for. And sometimes it's as simple as like, I'm so grateful for this bed, that I have a bed to wake up in. And doing that day after day after day, it sort of stops those negative thoughts before they even start because now I kind of instantly wake up and I'm like, one thing I'm grateful for. So, 18 seconds. It's 1:11 p.m. my time. Hmm. Okay. Eat, enjoy your food. I know you gotta probably get back to work or do something. So, what's one thing you're grateful for today? I actually wrote down two. I'm so grateful I was able to talk to my friend this morning and catch up. And I'm really grateful for this beautiful meal. It tastes really good. I made it myself. Um, I'm also grateful for this place that my friends are living in. I'm still in Maui, in case you were wondering. And just them hosting me. I think this is great. So that's all. I hope you guys, I don't know, even if you didn't write it down, I think they're good questions to think about. Hopefully, kind of lead you into the next half of your day and make it be a good one. So, hope you have a wonderful day.